another commentary. Ow, it's gonna be on. Cool up, I guess.
Now look, I'm likely gonna get backlash for making this video, but I have been a bandwagon in the commentary community since 2016, and I'm really past the point of caring. I used to care what the commentary community thinks of me, but not anymore. Now I mainly care about entertaining my fans who enjoy my commentaries.
Yeah, expect me to address this during my final thoughts.
Then why are you pointing up there?
A cock? It's a frightening creature with the body of a snake.
Because you see who's that, you used it a few times in this video.
No pomp and circumstance or sketches this time.
How about you just skip it so to speed it up?
Because it's my first commentary I've made in a long time and first actual video past, doing my Nuzlocke challenge of Pokemon Platinum that I'm trying to fix because I had an issue and lost some of my video files and kind of screwed up my saves. So I'm trying to fix that now.
Oh no. Don't tell me. Is this unscripted? That's gonna cause problems, isn't it? Alright, I'll go ahead and address this. TOG, I understand that 2011 and 2012 commentaries were typically done without a script, and that may have been fine for that time period, but it's kind of an outdated practice now. Mainly because people understand that if you go unscripted, you can wind up with stupid contradictions, a lack of research, or you can just lose your train of thought completely and go on unneeded and unnecessary tangents that have nothing to do with the video. I guess it's not inherently a problem. There are some people who are the exception and can legitimately go through a video unscripted and unfiltered and seem perfectly okay. But if I'm to be blunt with this video proves you're not the exception.
I will admit that you do make a good point that TOG didn't use a script for this particular commentary, but you're factually wrong in assuming that most people didn't use scripts back in 2012. Sure, that might have been the case.
Okay, even though this being speed up is still kind of dragging out your video.
For people who weren't well liked in the commentary community back then, but the popular and the very respected commentators back then did use scripts. In fact, let's go further back in time and talk about 2011. One of the most popular and one of the most respected commentators back then was MScholar1, and he clearly used scripts in his commentaries. Not only that, there was also a very popular song made back in 2011. I wish I could show a clip from that song, but unfortunately I couldn't find it. If I recall correctly, that song went something like scripted and editing and scripting and editing, which is clearly encouraging people to use scripts. So yeah, it was highly fucking encouraged back in 2011.
But that wasn't her point though. Her point was that most people in 2012 typically went unscripted.
So what? Why does it matter if scripted or not back then, or if they do it now or not?
Not everyone. By typically, she means that it was a usual practice for a lot of people in the community.
Oh, foo-hoo, to practice the same exact thing.
That doesn't mean that it's everybody within the community.
Also, I like how you only point out one example of someone back then who used scripts, that being MScholar1. That doesn't count for the entirety of the CC during that time. It's only one situation. Though, if I can hit duel here, I think it would be a better idea to give examples as to what commentators back then went through commentaries unscripted.
Even though he just did, just not omitted.
Criminal Girls. Where do we even start with this one? The premise and execution of Criminal Girls is downright creepy, and there are multiple sequels to the game. The premise follows the everyday story of girls who committed sins and are sent to hell. The young girls need someone to save them, and the hero comes in the form of a middle-aged man who does some questionable things to rid them of their sins. Add in some pretty risque graphics, and you have yourself a family game night in the making. Or just one of the most uncomfortable conversations you've ever had with your parents. But Mom, I just need to entice one more girl to free her from her sins and release her from the digital hell.
Okay, yes. I will give you Criminal Girls. It really is nothing short of a smut game. So, well done. You called out a game for being complete fan service, mixed with a Newgrounds/hentai game, while poorly covering hard subjects such as rape.
Now, as on this note, I do have something else rubbing me the wrong way. Are you really using this whole interjection just to say, you did good and add nothing to the discussion? What the crap? This does nothing but pad out the video needlessly. There's no point, no jokes, just an, I agree with your entry and move on.
Alright, let me ask you a question. Aren't commentaries meant to help the creator of the original video? That's what I keep hearing commentators saying, and frankly pointing out what the creator of the original video did right is a lot more helpful than just telling the person what he did wrong with the video. So no, saying that you agree and move on isn't pointless padding. It does serve a purpose to the commentary. You know what that purpose is? telling the creator of the original video what he did right. And I really think that the creator of the original video deserves to know that. Just pointing out problems with the video and not telling the user in question what he did right is very biased.
Oh boy, I've been wanting to address this point since we started. Well, yes, it is nice to tell your subject what they did right.
Then there is no point to say what they did right. If it's a commentary. You're supposed to point out flaws and nothing else.
Hyperdimension Neptunia.
Sweet Jesus. He apparently remembered this as last about JRPGs. I'm shocked, so we're actually going to let this one play out fully.
Has a slew of games, and each one is basically dedicated to fan service. Accomplish a goal? A woman dressed in very little will appear on the screen and do a celebration dance. Win a battle? Enjoy the jiggle of female body parts. The game series pretty much exploits women in an effort to please male gamers. Not only should you not play these sexist games in front of your parents, but you probably shouldn't touch the Hyperdimension Neptunia games at all. There are far better JRPGs to enjoy, and ones that do not make you feel so ashamed afterwards.
Okay. I will give you that fan service games aren't everyone's cup of tea. That's granted. This is forgetting that it actually has a very quirky and entertaining storyline, and really the gameplay is rather good and the characters are overall likable. Hell, the representative for the Nintendo Wii is a child with an extreme foul mouth. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's great and all, but whoever wrote for the game doesn't think so, as given by their clear distaste for the series and even saying that there are better JRPGs to play than it. You're not doing anything to actually debunk the list here, you're merely stating an opinion that your target doesn't agree with. Subjectivity doesn't debunk subjectivity. Sorry.
I am so sick and tired of this garbage argument that I keep hearing in commentaries. Even though it might be true that subjectivity doesn't debunk points, the problem that I have with this argument is the fact that it's implying that you can only debunk points in commentaries and you aren't allowed to do anything else. And I'm sorry, but that does nothing but put restrictions on what you can do in a commentary. Here's the thing, most of the times when people are stating their opinions in commentaries, they aren't trying to debunk the point that the people they're commentating on is saying. They are just stating their own fucking opinions, and that's it. And that's also exactly what TOG Professor was doing. Look, there's more to commentaries than just debunking a video. Commentaries are also a form of a discussion. Sure, adding your own opinion doesn't debunk points, but it still gives your perspective that does add something of value to the discussion.
Blaze, what the Whoops! Look what you made me do!
Nope, that was obviously your fault.
Going by this logic, every commentary would be like,
Oi, I'll have you know I like this thing.
But I hate this thing!
Also, no one ever said you could only debunk points in the video. Hell, people in the CC point out production issues don't debunk points. And even the hypocrisy card, if used correctly, while it doesn't debunk what the target is saying, it can be a valid point to bring up even if it doesn't invalidate anything! God, this point boils my blood so much!
But Tippy, your problem isn't with Blaze's point. Your problem is with freaking Tamashi.
And your problem is with Reese's Puffs!
I could do the overdone. Facepalm right now if it wasn't overdone.
Because the person that you and many others were commenting on in that video was legitimately being an asshole and did treat his opinion like fact. And I only find this argument acceptable if the person you're commenting on in question is treating their opinions like fact.
Okay, coming from someone who was in the Cloud.com on Sidewinder, what was the difference between what Sidewinder was doing and what TOG was doing? You know, despite the fact that TOG didn't repeat his opinion throughout the video, but I digress. I mean, both of them were stating their opinions and adding nothing to the discussion. So with this in mind, Sidewinder and TOG were both stating their opinions as if they were facts, like you are saying.
I've exhausted my care for this. Please don't tell me this is how you plan to return. A bunch of repetitiously...
Okay, hold up. Call us a nitpick if you may, but Blaze, this clearly isn't part of Doodle's argument you were arguing about beforehand. This shows that you probably might need a skip card, because this could come off as very jarring to your audience.
I'm sorry, but last time I checked, not every single person that skipped used the skip card. And also, I was quite a nitpick you made there, saying that it wasn't even part of the argument.
How the hell would you know how commentaries were like in 2012? You weren't even in the commentary community back then. I have been in the commentary community since 2010. And I can tell you for a fact, what you just said here is complete bullshit. TOG's latest commentary is nothing like the commentaries made back in 2012. TOG constantly changes images for his avatar, even during interjections. He has a background and background music. Those are things that none of the commentaries made back in 2012 had.
Didn't you hear what Doodle said in the video? The entire point she was trying to make was that TOG's video were just like the ones from 2012 due to the fact that they seemed unscripted and only went for the low-hanging fruits when it comes to the arguments. She wasn't saying that everything about the video seems like it came from 2012.
The point that was so appeared about not being about every single commentator, that was about not everything.
Also, I love the assumption in the beginning of your statement of how Doodle doesn't know what it was back then because she wasn't around back then. Maybe she, I don't know, watched commentaries from 2012?
Yeah, I don't need to see that inappropriate pictures that I'm not soloing it.
Though, to be fair, there is one thing that I will agree with you on. TOG Professor is not as good as he used to be. And also, I am gonna be blunt. TOG Professor's commentary is far better than yours. And don't try to throw that subjectivity doesn't debunk points garbage at me. I am not trying to debunk you by saying that TOG's commentary was better than yours. I am just giving my fucking opinion.
You're just stating your shoehorning your opinion on Doodle and TOG!
Oh, you just repeated what was already said.
I have far more respect for the skeptic/political community on YouTube than I have for the commentary community. Because they don't nitpick over stupid shit such as making subjective points or agreeing.
So, pointing out flawed arguments in a video is nitpicking?
Sometimes, like you did in one part earlier, and I mentioned that they said what the avatars were from.